Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Finlay Field, the site for tonight's Roseburg football matchup for you here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Tonight, the Roseburg Indians get a chance for their home opener. It's about on us there as they play the national anthem. Great to hear the band back here at Roseburg High School. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break after this here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
We're back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Well, it's the home opener time. 3 weeks into the season, week 4, Roseburg finally gets to play here at Finlay Field. And tonight they get to welcome in the McMinnville Grizzlies. And joining me in the pregame show is head coach Dave Heiberger. Coach, 3-0, boy, it has to feel good. I know the mission's not done for you guys, but to start out strong like this, you know, after a couple of seasons where the win column wasn't as full as you wanted it to be, starting out 3-0 feels pretty good for you guys.
Yeah, definitely better than the opposite end of that. So,
absolutely. Tonight, you guys, though, you come in after another nice win on the road at Southridge. First, I got to ask, because up in the top of the bleachers, it seemed pretty impactful. How were the conditions down there? Was it as windy on the field as it felt up in the stands?
No, not at all.
Jeez.
It was fine down on the field.
Well, you guys passed the ball pretty nicely, and it seemed like you were able to fight through. Moved to 3-0 over Southridge there. What
Make some plays right now, and they're doing that. So, I mean, there's multiple guys that we have that are threats right now, and spread the field sideline to sideline and vertically, and obviously with the running back up in between the tackles, we're getting tougher to defend. We're not there yet, but we are getting tougher to defend.
As you guys kind of try and draw up the game plans, it has to make it easier to have so many weapons out there, but what's the biggest challenge was trying to get the ball into the playmakers' hands for you guys?
Well, that all starts up front with our O-line, and they've done an excellent job, and Coach Baker back up at the high school working with them, he's done a great job to allow us to have the time and allow those playmakers, you know, some seams to run the ball. So our O-line and Coach Baker have done a great job there.
You guys, a little bit bigger, it feels like. We've talked about this here recently. We've talked about how it's nice to be able to have those big bodies. As you guys continue to make it through there, you know, how much the playbook for you guys?
Yeah, it starts that group up front is playing with their hair on fire defensively as well.
Your final non-conference game before you guys get into conference play, and I know that that's always kind of, the intensity maybe ramps up, the familiarity obviously ramps up a little bit when you get into conference play. What kind of things do you guys hope to accomplish here in this final non-conference matchup?
Just to continue to improve, and get out here in front of our fans, band here, cheerleading, all that, in front of a great atmosphere, brand new scoreboard. State-of-the-art football field. We're excited. We're excited to be home and not on a bus for 6 hours today.
Yeah, absolutely. That is for sure. As you guys get ready, what's the game film saying about this McMinnville squad? What's your scouting report for the Grizzlies?
Scrappy bunch. Hard to tell based off of some of their game film on who they played and things like that. And same, all those.
Field with the home crowd in tow. The mask we've all been waiting for, they say. It's got the helmet on the screen for Roseburg to run through as they come out of the locker room at the goal line to our right. Welcome back, everybody, here to Roseburg High School. Roseburg receiving the opening kick. They'll start out at their own 38-yard line after a short return by Dawson Gillespie. It's Colton Marsters, the senior, and on a quick pitch to the far side of the floor, it's sophomore Caden Eckel. I said floor, it's the field. Far side of the field, Caden Eckel will stretch the ball as he'll run for a good gain on first down as we welcome you to Roseburg football tonight here on The Score. That was our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Out to the 42-yard line for Caden Eckel. That is a pickup of 4 on the ground for Eckel as we get things underway. The sophomore running back has rushed for 383 yards on 58 touches, 7 touchdowns, averaging 6.6 yards per carry this season. He'll get another one here after the 4-yard gain on first down. Tries to make the first man miss. Does Olay around him with a swim move and gets across the 45. He'll take it out to the 47-yard line. That is a pickup of 5 on the ground, and it's 3rd down and 1. After a couple of carries by Caden Eckel. Welcome you in, everybody. Joey Keyran here with you. Roseburg quickly back to the line. They'll run over the right side, and they've got enough for the first down on the carry by Eckel. He takes it right to the 50-yard line, a 3-yard pickup, and it's 3 straight carries for the sophomore, and about a minute ticked away here in this first quarter, and Roseburg has their first down of the night. Colton Marsters, the senior quarterback, in shotgun with Eckel to his left. 5-man front in front of him. The center will shotgun snap. Looking to pass out. Quick route to Logan Klopfenstein. And he will carry the ball out to the 45 on McMinnville's half of the field. First pass attempt for Marsters is complete. 5-yard pickup on that completion to Klopfenstein, his first catch of the night. First completion for Marsters. He comes in averaging 69% completion rate on the season for Roseburg. 10-12 to go here in the first quarter. Opening drive of the ball game into McMinnville territory. Finding a way through the right side around the tackle. Makes a man miss. Spin move out of 1. A diving attempt on the tackle. Coming up to make the hit, Mickey Johnson brings down Caden Eckel, but not before he gains the first down carry out to the 30-yard line. And Roseburg continues to march into McMinnville territory at a 15-yard gain there. And they go quick right back to the line. Eckel running right side, this time swallowed up in the middle on that front line for the Grizzlies. Up there on that front line, Diego Barones making the tackle after a short gain of about 3 to the 27-yard line. Caden Eckel doing a lot of the lifting here early on in this one. He's got 30 yards on 5 carries so far. They bunch him up on the far side of the field. The trip's over there. It's another run up the middle, though. Eckel got sandwiched. One guy went high. That was Mickey Johnson. Another player goes low. Alexis Paulo Blanco in there on the stop. And the run there for Caden Eckel will take him down to the 24-yard line, a pickup of 3. And it's now 3rd down and 4 for Roseburg. Got to get it to the 20. Looking to pass is Marsters. Has some time, dumps it, a soft toss out into the flats near the sideline. Looking for the catch, making it was Dominic Titone, but he was immediately hit, was not looking for the defender. And I believe coming up to make that hit was Austin Rapp for McMinnville. And that took down Dominic Titone quickly. The ball goes to the 23-yard line. It was a pickup of 1 through the air, and it's now 4th down. They've got to get 3 to the 20. Up along the front line and movement for McMinnville. And that'll move the chains for Roseburg. Up along that front line, defensive lineman Salvador Navarrete moving up on the front line. And that'll be a false start on the defense, or an offsides, I should say. 5-yard penalty will take it down to the 18-yard line. And Roseburg will get the first down, fresh set of downs here inside the red zone. Eckel to the right of Marsters in shotgun, trips to the right side to Tone, Kloffenstein, and Horton. Going to go on the other side to Duper, and is picked off in the end zone. Still on his feet, coming out of the end zone is Brian Blank, the defensive back, stepping right in front of that pass. Intended for Landon Duper, needed to lead him just another step out in front. And Colton Marsters in the red zone will throw the interception, only his 2nd of the season. A short return, should have stayed in the end zone. Brian Blank will get McMinnville the football with 8:04 to go here in the first quarter. McMinnville has it for the first time, but they start out at their own 4-yard line. So here comes the McMinnville offense. 2-1, they huddle up. It's Kai Hoskinson, the senior quarterback, that'll break them out of the huddle. They go with a jumble set in the backfield. They've got 2 backs, one to the side of Hoskins and one behind him in the pistol, just a half-yard behind him as Hoskins, his toes in the end zone. One target to the far side of the field and a tight end to the left of the formation. Give it to the back up the middle, and he's met immediately with nowhere to go. The running back, Austin Rapp, who came in. He's got 236 yards this season on the ground. 3 touchdowns, but right there, he is met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of 1 to the 5-yard line. 2nd down and 9 for the Grizzlies, who will run a slower-paced offense here as they huddle up. Their offensive line, Hunter Hopkins, Tommy Bates, Mark Hartzell, Alexis Paulo Blanco, and Jesse Jones-Wynn up along that front line. The tight end, Mason Yoakum, sets up to the left of the formation. They'll give it to Rapp again, and he is swallowed up again right at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. He gets back to the 5-yard line, a gain of nothing on 2nd down and 9. And Roseburg's defensive front is making life difficult for this McMinnville Grizzly offense as they love to run a bit of an option formation up the middle. Up along that front line, Silas Kincaid, Hayden Snyder, Tiger Black, James Coleman, some of your defensive linemen up along that front line for Roseburg. Linebackers, Hubbard, Steinacre, Gillespie, Kloffenstein. Out in coverage, Duper and Jones in the backfield. Marsters and Dunn. And now up in the front, Tiger Black will get called for the first penalty for Roseburg. He jumps early. And that'll give a little bit of breathing room here for the Grizzlies. A 5-yard penalty puts them out to the 10-yard line. And now it'll be 3rd down and 4 to try and convert. Welcome everybody into tonight's broadcast of Roseburg football. 3rd down attempt. Going to pass a quick slant route, complete, 1st down. Brian Blank with it at the 20, and he'll get pulled backwards. But he will get his forward progression out to the 20-yard line. A pickup of 10 through the air for Hoskinson on his first pass, and he connects with Blank. Moves the chains, 1st and 10. The penalty coming back to hurt Roseburg on this opening drive for McMinnville. 6:35 and counting. Still scoreless here as the sun's starting to set, lights starting to take effect at Finlay Field. turn, hand it off, penalty flag out. They're going to bring this one back. There was movement up front. They didn't stop the play in time, but I got a feeling this is coming back against McMinnville here. The ball was at the 20. Our officials tonight from the Douglas County Football Officials Association. It is a false start called against McMinnville. Our crew tonight, Steve Dickinson, Mike Brooks, John Bruns, Joe Ashcraft, and Eric Pacheco Lillard. Our crew tonight from the Douglas County Football Officials Association. Second penalty of the night for McMinnville. This one backs them back to the 15. It'll be first down and 15. Clock still ticking with 6:10 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless game. Three-man front for Roseburg. Hoskinson in shotgun. Quick pitch out to the near side to Blank. Has it at the line of scrimmage. Met immediately. Stretches it forward for a short gain. First man there in coverage for Roseburg. That looks like one of the defensive linemen getting out there quick. Silas Kincaid helping to get out there. The linebacker's not that far behind him. The pass play goes for a gain out to the 17-yard line. A pickup of 2 through the air for Blank. His second catch. And it's now second down and 13. Tonight's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com. You can watch the action there. And you can find our YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. And follow us on our YouTube channel. Watch all the archives of Roseburg Sports. Handoff up the middle. It is Rapp. He gets to the 20 before he is tripped up. An ankle tackle for Braden Steinacre. Roseburg came in playing the option, and Hoskinson got crunched, but he had given the ball away just in time to Rapp. And the run will take it out to the 22-yard line. Quick to the line here on the 5-yard keeper there for Rapp. And it's now third down and 8. Roseburg's front line got to stay disciplined here after the penalty on the last third down attempt for McMinnville. Blitz coming. Gillespie gets picked up. They'll run the option. Rapp going to try and use his speed. Can't get away from Duper, who makes a great open field tackle. And it's going to be fourth down and about 5 or 6, depending on the spot. Actually, I don't even think they get that much. They're going to get the ball to the 23-yard line. It was a pickup of 1 on the run for Rapp, and it's fourth down and 7 for McMinnville. And Roseburg will hold. The punt unit will come out. Mickey Johnson out there to kick it away. Carson Dunn, the deep return man for Roseburg. Dunn at his own 45-yard line. Johnson standing inside his 10, a low skip on the snap, but he does get it away. Not very deep. It'll get to the 50, taken at the 49 by Dunn. Makes a couple of men miss, escapes a few more tackles, still on his feet as he falls forward. The tackle made by McMinnville's Jose Tavera, but not before. Carson Dunn able to take that football into McMinnville territory and set Roseburg up at the McMinnville 39-yard line. So both teams coming out, not able to finish off a drive. With 3:56 to go in the first quarter, Roseburg with it after the punt by McMinnville. Their first drive ended with a interception thrown in the end zone by Colton Marsters, just his second of the season. He sets up in the backfield, empty backfield in shotgun. Trips to the right side, 2 to the left. In motion goes Duper. Underhand pitch. Now he's looking to throw. Has a man open. That's Horton. Wide open at the 10. He catches it into the end zone. Roseburg with the touchdown. Hayden Horton, his first of the season and only his second catch of the year. Roseburg will take a 6-0 lead. What a play. They go with a little trickeration. Landon Duper is a guy you cannot let go with a free pass. He's got so much speed, but he tosses that one. That's going to be a 39-yard touchdown pass to Hayden Horton, the senior, with the touchdown grab, and now Eli Jacobs will put it through the uprights. A touchdown for Roseburg, and they take a 7-0 lead. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break here with 3:48 to go in the first quarter. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name is Tiffany Parker, and I have been a part of the Roseburg community for my entire life. I am devastated to tell you that just shy of a week ago, I lost someone dear to me, a very special family friend to COVID-19. I realize that the topic of vaccination is a sensitive one. It's a very personal choice. I just urge you to make this decision as soon as possible before it's too late to do something about it.
Back here at Roseburg High School, where the Indians lead 7-0 after a 39-yard touchdown grab. It's Landon Duper with his first touchdown pass of the season. Eli Jacobs with the kick. Roseburg leads 7-0, 3:48 to go. The ball, that should have been down. Slipping to get to it. Austin Rapp couldn't field it cleanly on the kickoff return, was on the ground as he picked it up. And they'll spot him down at the 17-yard line. So McMinnville will have it with 3:45 to go. Here in the first quarter, they trail 7-0. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Up to the line for McMinnville, the Grizzlies. Pistol formation. Hoskinson, the quarterback, with Rapp behind him. Spread out to the near side. They pitch it on the option. Lost in the backfield. Trying to run the ball. Austin Rapp falling on it back inside the 10. So they get that one back to their 9-yard line. Loss on the play of 8. We'll make it 2nd down and 18. They'll go with the 2-back set, one to the right of Hoskins. He gives it to Rapp in the backfield. First gap was closed. He bounces it to the outside, but not a lot of room there either. Roseburg's run defense continues to be stout. That ball only out to the 11 on the run for Rapp, and he'll gain just 2 on the play. So it'll be now make it 2nd down. No, it should be 3rd down. The change just changed it there. I thought it was going to say it's got to be 3rd down. 3rd down, the ball at the 11. They've got to get it to the 27. 16 yards to go. Looking to pass, Hoskinson. Surveying, a lot of time, but the coverage is pretty tight. And a penalty flag out in the backfield. That ball nearly picked off by Marshers as the throw is behind the intended target, Brian Blank. And so we'll wait to see the penalty flag here. They're looking at the Roseburg sideline here. The penalty is against McMinnville. They're going to decline on the 4th down or 3rd down play, and that'll force 4th down. And that'll bring the punt team out. .217 to go here in the first quarter. So the incompletion on the last play. Now a second punt, waving for the fair catch. Carson Dunn will take it at the 36-yard line. And Roseburg will have the ball, leading 7-0 here in the first quarter. 2:11 to play. And they start out in McMinnville territory for a second time, this time at the 36, 3 yards closer than they were on the pass. Touchdown pass by Landon Duper to Hayden Horton for the score. Here comes the offense for Roseburg. Marshers in shotgun. Eckel to his left. Stacking on the near side, Horton and Klopfenstein. They'll give it to Eckel, running up the middle, and he is not able to elude the first tackler. Paulo Blanco there to make the hit, but it's 3 yards downfield, down to the 34. So it's a 2-yard pickup for Eckel, who is up to 35 yards on the night. McMinnville trailing 7-0. Roseburg trying to go to 4-0 here at home tonight. The center, Silas Kincaid, checking behind him. Excuse me, it's Coleman that's at the center position tonight. Going to go on the pass, have the seam route to Klopfenstein to lose the first defender, and he's in. Touchdown, Roseburg. 2 plays, and they go 36 yards. And the Roseburg Indians will score again. And they'll take a 13-0 lead pending the extra point here. No laundry on the field. This time it's Marsters, his second touchdown pass of the season. And he connects with Logan Klopfenstein from 34 yards out. And it's the first touchdown catch of the season for Klopfenstein. Eli Jacobs, now 9 of 11 on the season on the PAT attempts. The right-footed kicker waiting for everybody to get set up here. And we've got a stop in the action. The touchdown is good. After the play, unsportsmanlike against McMinnville. So they are going to assess the 15-yard penalty on the kickoff for McMinnville after the touchdown pass by Marsters. 34 yards on that completion. And he has got 40 yards on the night. Here comes the PAT, maybe? And here we go. Eli Jacobs ready. The holder is Dominic Titone. Snap, good. Placement down. Kick is away. And it's going to sneak right inside the right upright. And so Roseburg will take a 14-0 lead with 1:27 to go here in the first quarter. Let's take another 30-second break and come back here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm Jamie Vanishi. Our family got vaccinated. Our younger son has type 1 diabetes and can't afford to get sick with the COVID virus. We want to help protect him, but in the past week, we helplessly witnessed the loss of a loved one due to COVID. I wouldn't wish that experience on anyone. Millions of COVID vaccines have been given successfully. Vaccination is the answer.
Welcome back, everybody. Roseburg football tonight is brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. I guess the penalty would have gone against Roseburg then. They are backing Roseburg back up 15 yards. Roseburg, so they'll kick off from 50. Although I thought they said the penalty was at slapping at the ball, which I don't know why Roseburg would have done that. They would have had the ball. Eli Jacobs will boot it deep, and he's going to end up with a touchback. If that takes one hop a different direction, Eli Jacobs might have had a chance to let his kick coverage team get a chance to run and grab that one as Austin Rapp was not ready for that ball to go over his head, had to chase it, but it rolls into the end zone for the touchback. McMinnville will have the ball at their own 20-yard line here with 1:27 to go in the first quarter, and we are happy to have you with us. Seems like I think most of our technical issues with the video stream have solved themselves. This 90-degree heat, I'm ready for it to be a thing of the past. The electronics just... they're not a fan, apparently. The offense back out. Kai Hoskinson looking to pass. Will go down the middle of the field. That ball tipped up and away from the intended receiver. Going to a big man downfield. That is Tyler Thorkelson. And that one, I think Carson Dunn might have reached in and got a hand on that one to tip it away. He was right there on the hip pocket of Thorkelson, a senior wide receiver, 5'11", 180. He looked like a big target. He'll spread to the right side of the offensive line, the tight end. On the near side, Chance Hutchinson. I believe Blank is out to the far side of the field. Two backs in the backfield. They'll give it, and running left side and just absolutely leveled. Charging in, Knox Hubbard, the linebacker, comes in and just makes a smashing hit on the running back. And that is a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. It's now 3rd down and 10. We'll put it back at the 25-yard line. Set at the 20 for the touchback. Forgot that they have moved things around. Third down and 10. Six seconds left. Timeout by McMinnville. Let's go ahead and burn one ourselves. A 30-second timeout. We'll come back with more of the action for you here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at Roseburg High School, Finlay Field, the home opener for the Indians, and they lead 14-0 with 38.6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. McMinnville with it, facing another big third down attempt on their own side of the field. Looking to pass Hoskinson, and no flag. There it is. Yeah. The officials all were waiting forever to make a call on that one, and Dawson Gillespie leveled a receiver. It may have been incidental. It may have been an accident. I don't know if he intended to make contact there, but that ball was not, nobody had gotten to it yet, and there was a receiver that got absolutely caught up, and so Roseburg's going to get called for the penalty. I didn't see it cleanly on whether or not Dawson Gillespie had actually made contact with, or had intended to, or if it was just they ran into each other looking the opposite direction, but it is pass interference, the call. It's a 15-yard penalty. And so the ball get moved out to the 40-yard line after the penalty for Roseburg. Their third penalty here in the first quarter. It would have been the third incompletion in a row for Hoskinson, but instead, it's a penalty to move the chains. So far, McMinnville has not crossed the 50. They're now 10 yards away from doing so with 34 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hoskinson's in shotgun. A man behind him. Pitch it on the option, running Mickey Johnson right side. He's not going to really get by the line of scrimmage, and in fact, he won't get even back to the line of scrimmage. Roseburg's linebackers have been absolutely just dangerous when they are trying to pursue the football, and they have been flying around the field. It's a loss of 1 back to the 39 for the running back, and it's Mickey Johnson out there. Loses the 1 yard on his second carry of the night. And we will wrap up the first quarter there. At the end of 1 quarter of play, it's Roseburg leading McMinnville. 14-0 your score. We'll head to the second quarter after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm Amelia Snow. I work in the intensive care unit at Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg. I have seen the terrible damage COVID has done to my patients and their families. Without a vaccine, people of all ages can get very sick, even if they were perfectly healthy before they had COVID. The COVID vaccine is safe and effective and will reduce your risk of getting so sick you wind up at Mercy Medical. Get vaccinated, and I won't have to see you in the ICU.
The bum squad's getting loud as we start the second quarter. McMinnville looking to convert on second and long. They'll get a positive yardage here on a run by Mickey Johnson as they start on a pitch to the far side of the field. Now moving left to right on your radio dial. McMinnville will carry out. They stayed on their feet for a while there. Mickey Johnson really moving the pile. He gets to the 46-yard line. That is a pickup of 7 for the bruising back. And it'll make it 3rd down and 4. Manageable distance here. Mickey Johnson, Jr., 5'9", 155. Really does a nice job of moving the pile there. Came into tonight with 127 yards receiving. I don't know how many yards rushing he had, but the way he just ran that last one, I'm sure it's a decent amount. 4-man front for Roseburg. Coleman on the end in a 2-point stance. They'll run left side. Coleman slams down on the quarterback who keeps it. Hoskinson trying to cut around the tackle. He gains maybe 1. And it's 4th down and decision time for Ty Tomlin, the head coach for McMinnville. 4 down and 3 yards to go, but the ball not across the 50. And they will bring the punt unit back out. Mickey Johnson deep to punt, and the late man on for Roseburg will take a spot in the middle. Rushing out there, Hayden Snyder. The kick is away, but a wobbly short one. Dunn coming up to make the catch. No fair catch. Makes it on the run. Gets to the edge. If he could slip through, he doesn't quite break away, but he gets into the McMinnville territory across the 50. And Roseburg, for a 3rd time in this game, will start in McMinnville territory. There's 10:24 to go here in the first half. And Roseburg starts at the McMinnville 47-yard line. So the Roseburg Indian offense already on top, 14-0, trying to add to it. Touchdown scores, a couple of passes. Landon Duper connecting with Hayden Horton on a trick play. And then Colton Marsters connecting with Logan Klopfenstein in that first quarter. Duper moves in motion left to right. They'll underhand pitch to him. He gets around the edge, a lot of open space, gets the corner. He's got speed to the 20 and knocked out of bounds there. 1 man to beat. Coming up to make the play, Cade Weeks will shove Landon Duper out at the 21-yard line on what is an official pass, a forward pass for Colton Marsters on the underhand toss forward, and that is a 26-yard completion. Duper's first official catch of the night. And that'll put the ball at the 21-yard line near the red zone for Roseburg as they charge in a little bit further in to McMinnville territory. Marsters with Eckel to his left in shotgun. Trips to the left side. Klopfenstein will bubble back instead. It's a keeper for Marsters. He slips the tackler up the middle. His speed will take him down to the 10 before he is upended and taken down on a 1st down carry. They'll spot him at the 9. And Roseburg continues to just pound away at the Grizzlies. A pickup of 12 on the ground. First carry of the night for Colton Marsters. The quarterback has been dangerous with his feet. 264 yards and 4 touchdowns as Roseburg quick to the line at 1st and goal. Eckel will carry down to the 7-yard line. Pickup of 2 for the sophomore. 3 straight 100-yard games, 100-plus yard games for Caden Eckel, who will walk to the shotgun position with Marsters. Horton to the right side of the formation. No tight end for this Roseburg team. They spread it out. Duper to Tone and Klopfenstein to the left. Ball on the right, hash mark at the 7. Inside the 10. The slant route wide open. Touchdown pass. Dominic to Tone. He's got his 2nd score of the season. And Roseburg will get another one in here in the first half. 2nd touchdown pass of the night for Colton Marsters, his 3rd of the season. This one comes from 7 yards out. And now Roseburg leading 20-0. The extra point is good. It's Bartlett doing the kicking here. And I guess maybe I need to double check and make sure. Might have been Bartlett on some of the other kicks. But he puts that one through, no problem. And Roseburg will lead 21-0 with 9:20 to go here in the first half. We'll keep it right here. Roseburg trying to put on a show for the home crowd here in the first home game of the season. They were supposed to start out the year here at home against Summit, but poor air quality made that impossible. They ended up having to move the contest to Cottage Grove, and they played there where Roseburg would win 23-7 on top of the Summit Storm. And that was the start of this season for Roseburg. They were on the road with 3-hour road trips, going to Bend to play Mountain View, then going to Beaverton to play Southridge. Finally get to stay home. Everyone saying they are very appreciative of not having to ride the bus for 3 hours to get to a game and 3 hours to get back here tonight. Another deep kickoff by Bartlett. That one bounces inside the 10 and dies there. The return man met immediately, will fall forward to the 15, but coming up to make a big hit, Levi Campbell, the senior, will make the stop on the return, and Roseburg will trap McMinnville deep in their own territory once again. They'll have the football with 9:15 to play here in the first half, starting at their own 15-yard line. Roseburg football here on The Score tonight is brought to you by Flyaway Travel. You can contact their travel experts for your travel plans, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. Well, a score from around the Southwest Conference. North Medford at Liberty tonight. Liberty leading that one 7-3 after the first quarter. Roseburg with a 4-man front. 3 linebackers, 2 safeties deep. Handed off, no, keeper. Hoskins now goes on the triple option, pitches it to the deep man across the 20, and that's a nice pickup on first down, running with the football. That carry goes to Fernando Alamedo. Alamedo, the senior. But they penalty flag right at the line of scrimmage, right over the center. A white cap. Chop block, the call against McMinnville. That'll negate what was a 7-yard pickup on first down for Alamedo. That's going to back up McMinnville. And the student section will let them hear it. So it'll be, instead of second down and about 3, it's first down, and they back him all the way up to the 8-yard line. They go half the distance to the goal line on the penalty. So it's first down and about 17 to go here. Roseburg fans, unfortunately, can't see the grandstands from where we're at, but it sounds like a good crowd tonight. Hoskinson looking to pass, goes over the middle. I think he was intending that one for the tight end, Mason Yoakum, but it went in front of him. He let it go by, and it ended up going off of another player, and I think that was Alamedo in route downfield. He wasn't even looking for the ball, and that ball right off of him. So an on-target pass for the quarterback, Kai Hoskinson, but the receiver not even looking for it. He is 2 for 5 on the night tonight for a total of 12 yards. They'll set up second down and 17. Roseburg spreading it out. Boy, they have got huge gaps in the middle. Now closing in is Coleman. They'll run it up that middle. No, keeper for Hoskinson. He's going to take it around the edge. Hit by Marsters, but a penalty flag out again. It's near a first down carry, but will it stand? And I don't think it will. Hoskinson got it out to about the 25-yard line. Put him down at the 23, but the penalty flag's back at the 13-yard line. And it looks like in the area of holding as that play was going to the left of the formation. So the ball's at the 13. They would mark off the penalty from there, which would be another half the distance to the goal line. It does look like it. So it'll put them, oh no, they'll do 10 yards total. So it goes down to the 3-yard line. So now they are facing second down. And the ball's back at the 3. They've got to get it to the 25. 22 yards to go here. Second penalty on this drive for McMinnville with no room for error in the end zone. Hawkinson looking to pass, going to go on the wheel route outside on the far side of the field, intended for Rapp. Incomplete, running in coverage with him. I want to say Dawson Gillespie out there in coverage. The linebacker on the running back, step for step, and it's third down and long for McMinnville. And their offense has just not been able to consistently drive down the field. They have not crossed the 50 as of yet. Meanwhile, Roseburg has started all but one of their drives in McMinnville territory, and that is the field position game that has benefited Roseburg so far this evening. And a stop here could keep it going. Hoskinson in shotgun, Rapp behind him by half a yard. 2 targets to the left, tied into the right side of the formation, and the center jumped with the snap, moved the football, tried to get it back, and penalty flags will come out, and it's yet another penalty on McMinnville. The long road trip is definitely having its effect here. The home field advantage for Roseburg tonight. First game at home this season, and the boys in orange and black got to be feeling good about putting on a show for the home crowd. 8:51 in counting here in the second quarter. 21-0 Roseburg in front. Trapped in their own end zone right now is McMinnville. They run a draw up the middle. Great play. This might have a chance to get a first down, and it will be. And McMinnville will stay on the field as long as there's no laundry. And I don't see a penalty flag out there. It's a first down run on third down and a mile. Austin Rapp will move the chains. And Roseburg might have been looking for a pass play there, and the draw worked to perfection. They take it out to the 33-yard line. That is a pickup of 32 on the ground for Austin Rapp. So a fresh set of downs with the ball at the 33 for McMinnville. Rapp to the left of Hoskinson in shotgun. The offensive line sets, tight end to the left. Rolling to his left, Hoskinson looking downfield, has a man open. Instead goes further downfield and almost picked off. Diving in front of that pass was Roseburg's Eli Jacobs, and his dive just couldn't quite get it before it slipped through his hands. Eli Jacobs already with 3 interceptions this season. Had 2 of them last week, as well as 2 pass breakups. He has been a great defensive back for Roseburg this year. Leads the team with 5 pass breakups, make it 6 now, and he's got the 3 interceptions in 3 games. .8:18 to go. A brand new scoreboard here at Roseburg High School. Sure is pretty with the LED lights out there. Looks real crisp and clean. Roseburg on defense, second down and 10 after the incompletion. Clock stopped and penalty flag out. Delay of game going to be called. And yet another penalty for McMinnville. That is their 4th on this drive, and they can't get out of their own way. The 5-yard penalty moves it back to the 28-yard line. Clock still stopped. Hoskinson has not completed a pass since his second attempt. He is 2 for 7 tonight. He came in this season with 383 yards through the air, 26 of 67 passing, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He sets up in shotgun, running the option. He'll make the pitch to Rapp. Bubbles outside the far side, but not able to get away. A one-handed grab by Logan Klopfenstein does not let go of Austin Rapp, and he is taken down at the 32-yard line. Pickup of 4, but once again, another great open field tackle for Roseburg. And that is some strength there shown by Logan Klopfenstein. He kind of got out of position, made a leap to try and make that tackle, and only got one hand really still a chance to try and bring him down, and he did not let go. Rode him to the ground for the tackle. Third down and 11, timeout down on the field. This one taken by McMinnville. They'll have one left here in the first half with 8:12 to play here in the first half of tonight's ball game. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. We'll come back with more Roseburg football, leading 21-0 here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Welcome you back here to Roseburg High School. 8:12 to go in the first half. Tonight's game is brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Third down and 11 for McMinnville. They'll go tight end left, shotgun snap, low snap. Going to be a keeper for Hoskins up the middle. Marsters meets him. He carries Colton Marsters, the safety, for a couple of yards out to the 42. It'll be a pickup of 10, and it's going to be fourth down and short. So Hoskinson with his second carry of the night, and once again, it's decision time for the Grizzlies, and they are going to send the punt unit back out. Again, they will not cross the 50, and Roseburg could get decent field position here, depending on the punt. Mickey Johnson, the punter, has not necessarily connected on a great one so far tonight. They're going to run the sneak, and on the punt fake, they will convert. Hoskinson, the quarterback keeper, will run it for the first down. He gets across the 45 and out to the just shy of the 46. So he'll pick up about 4 yards on the fourth down conversion. Now Roseburg was ready for the punt. Probably should have seen the sneak coming. Clock will continue to run on the first down carry. 4 yards away from crossing the 50 for the first time tonight. We'll move a man out of the backfield into the slot. That's Alameda. Tied into the, actually no tight end, and now a late man on, and a timeout called. McMinnville going to use their final timeout here in the first half. After the punt fake, the offense not ready to go, and a late man on the field for the Grizzlies. Roseburg coming into tonight, their defense ranked number 1 in scoring defense in the Southwest Conference, although no Southwest Conference games as of yet, but through the non-conference portion of the schedule, Roseburg giving up 8.7 points a game, allowing just 188 yards of offense to teams so far this season. And here tonight, just 12 yards passing through the air and about 48 yards of rushing yardage. So about 60 yards of offense so far here in the first half for McMinnville. Roseburg's defense continues to really shut down the opposing teams. Meanwhile, McMinnville came in averaging 21 points a game into this matchup with some good offense with their option under new coach Ty Tomlin. They'll look to pass here. Got a man open, but the pass is short. Hoskinson missing low, intended for Brian Blank out on the far side. And that'll make it now 6 straight incompletions for Kai Hoskinson. Clock stops with 6:51 to go, second down and 10. Ball at the McMinnville 46-yard line. Tight end will be to the left of the formation. Coming in and playing a tight end, Tyler Thorkelson. Not surprised we're not seeing more Mason Yoakum. We'll check the sideline to see if he's maybe over there looking injured. Hopefully not. Penalty flag out before the snap, and it looks like it could go against Roseburg here. Initial signal does point to the Indians. Encroachment on Roseburg. And Roseburg's going to call for a timeout.
So the penalty against Roseburg will move McMinnville across the 50 for the first time here tonight. They'll be at the Roseburg 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 as the Indians will take the timeout. Roseburg football here on The Score is presented by Flyway Travel. You can contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Give them a call at 672-5701. Also tonight's game brought to you by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. Stick around here. Coming up after the conclusion of the first half, we'll have our halftime show. We'll run through the first half, get your recap of the scoring, take a look at our individual statistics. So stick around for that. And, of course, at the end of the game, stay tuned for the postgame show where we will name tonight's Mountain Mike Pizza Player of the Game. Right now, I'm not sure who I would give that award to just so far through the first, quarter and a half. 4-man front, 2nd down and 5 after the penalty. Run it up the middle, almost lost it looked like. Austin Rapp hit immediately. Roseburg grabbing at the football, looked like it nearly got separated, but Rapp will take it right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain as he stays at the 49-yard line. And it'll make it 3rd down and 5. Roseburg trying to get off the field on defense. Heading to the sideline, Hayden Snyder checks out. Kyler Mills will take over at a defensive tackle position. They run that direction. They'll go on a reverse to Blank, go on the far side of the field, and he is hit as he gets to the 45, falls forward to about the 44, and if that's where they spot it, it should be good enough for a first down just across the 45-yard line. And the reverse play, good enough to move the chains. McMinnville hangs on to it here on this drive. 11 plays for McMinnville, a lot of penalties on this drive. That was a pickup of 4 on the ground for Blank on the reverse. Fumble on the snap, in and out of the hands of Hoskinson, diving forward to get on it. He'll lose yardage. That goes back to the 46, a loss of 2 on that play. They'll keep the possession but lose the 2 yards. Second down and 12. 5:15 and counting. To the near side. Mishler and Blank looking to pass this direction, going just on the quick out route and through the hands of the intended receiver. Brian Blank couldn't hang on to it. As a kicker last week, he won the game for McMinnville. Had a wide open attempt on what would have maybe been a 3 to 5 yard completion and some room to maybe turn upfield. Incomplete. Yet another incompletion for Hoskinson. And it's now 3rd down and long for the Grizzlies. Big down here for the Grizzlies, trying to keep their offense on the field. Roseburg 4-man front, not showing any blitz, playing back. They're going to pass. Looking to his left, has a man there, but the throw is high, incomplete in coverage. Jacobs, that pass intended for Gabe Blanco, but it was just outside of his reach, and it goes incomplete. And here will come the punt unit once again. This time it may be too long to try and convert on a fake. They'll maybe try and trap Roseburg deep in their own territory here. Carson Dunn back to return at the 20. Johnson in to punt this one away from his 40. Good snap. A lot of time. Gets the boot away. A nice kick. And that one will bounce at the 22. Takes a McMinnville roll. And that one will die at the 1 yard line. Beautiful punt by Mickey Johnson. And Roseburg will be trapped right up against their own end zone as they take over with 4:50 to go here in the first half. Down to the 1. I'd had a perfect roll, but wait just a minute. There is a penalty flag out back at the 34. Well, it'll be interesting to see what this
might be. It's going to be an illegal block in the back against Roseburg. So I guess back him up a little bit more. You want to be tucked in right up next to the goal line. This will do it. You can't really get any closer. So we'll put him at the half. 4:50 to play in the first half. Roseburg leads 21-0. Roseburg with a turnover. They haven't gotten a takeaway so far, but their defense has been very stifling to the Grizzlies. Offense will set up in its own end zone. In shotgun is Marsters. Eckel behind him. No room for error here. Marsters gets the snap, turns, hands it to Eckel, running right side. He bounces outside, slips through one tackle, puts a hand down to stay up, and stays on his feet. Will get outside the 5 to the 6-yard line. And that is exactly the kind of running you need right up against the goal line. He'll pick up 5 on that carry. And Eckel refused to go down there, used his offhand to keep him upright, and kept moving downfield. Got a couple extra yards there to make it 2nd down and 5. Right hash mark, Marsters dropping back, looking to pass. He's got Duper wide open for a minute. Now going to take it off a run. Uses his speed, eludes one man. Now a juke move, and he'll stretch it out to the 15-yard line, and he'll move the chains for the 1st down. Pickup of 9 on the ground for Marsters. He's got 21. He had Duper on a crossing route, and as he cleared one zone into another, he was wide open. But Marsters at that point already starting to tuck it and weave his way through the pocket. 4 minutes to go. Roseburg trying to add points before halftime. 1st down and 10. Handoff to Tone, going to cut it upfield. There's plenty of room. He makes a man miss, and now he's out beyond the defense. A foot race for Dominic Tone across the 50, down to the 35-yard line, and tackled from behind. Roseburg with a big bust into open territory. Longest run of the season for Dominic Tone. And Roseburg's into McMinnville territory. They'll put him down at the 35-yard line. That is a 50-yard carry for Dominic Tone. And the explosion plays for Roseburg continue to be big. Running right side. Nowhere to go for Caden Eckel. Ran right into a big defensive lineman, Isaac Barajas, 5'11", 211. And he just swallowed up Caden Eckel, listed at 5'7", 150. So the run goes nowhere, right back to the 35. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Roseburg last week had 5 plays of 25 or more yards. They've had a couple of big ones so far tonight, including that 50-yard run there by Tone. They'll give it to Dunn this time, in motion around the end, and he'll get downfield, but a penalty flag out at the very end of the play. It was a 1st down run pending the penalty. Last week, a lot of flags for McMinnville in their win over Oregon City. Tonight, we're seeing a lot of them here in this game between Roseburg and McMinnville. Penalty flag is out at the end of the run. It is a hold against Roseburg. So it'll stay, I believe, a 1st down. They'll back it up from the spot of the foul. Excuse me, it was 2nd down, but they don't get the 1st down on the carry. They'll replay the down. It'll be 2nd down, and they actually gain a couple of yards because of where the penalty was. So Roseburg will move up to the 33-yard line, picking up 2 on that penalty, I guess. Marsters looking to pass. He's got Kloffenstein open on it. Just a simple route. Goes 5 yards downfield, turns back to look for the ball, and the linebacker just took way too long to come and cover him. Easy pitch and catch for Marsters to Kloffenstein. Moves the chains as they take it to the 19. That's a pickup of 14 through the air for Kloffenstein. They'll spread out, trips to the right side of the formation. Ball on the left hash mark. Roseburg threatening, 1st and 10 from the 19. Keeper for Marsters, up the middle. His speed away from the defense. Touchdown, Roseburg! And the Indians will punch it in once more before the halftime comes to a close. They lead 27-0. Pending the extra point here. Touchdown run for Marsters. His 5th of the season. This time runs it in from 19 yards out. PAT kicker, Jackson Bartlett here. Right-footed kicker. Will boot it away right down the middle, and the PAT is good. 28-0 your score in the first half. Roseburg leading with 2:43 to go. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break, and we'll come back. Finish out the first half for you. Roseburg up big on McMinnville in their home opener in week 4 of the season on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Turn it back on. 2:43 to go here in the first half. What a start to the home opener for Roseburg here on top of McMinnville, 28-0. This McMinnville team had only been giving up 17.6 points a game so far this season. But Roseburg putting them on them here in the first half. Kickoff away, takes one hop over one man, goes to Austin Rapp. First man misses, and he'll sprint upfield. Gets out to the 39-yard line. That is some of the best starting position for McMinnville so far here in the first half. They've been across the 50 just once. That was their last drive. Now, last drive ended up going 15 plays before they had to punt it away just across the 50. They were at the Roseburg 46 when they punted that one away. They'll start out here at their own 39-yard line. First down and 10, trying to get something going before the halftime break. Hoskinson looking to his left, trying to pass, goes on the short route and overthrew his receiver. Incomplete. Now 2 of 11 through the air for Hoskinson. That one went over the head of the receiver, and behind it, Eli Jacobs not far away as he rushed to try and get the interception. Couldn't quite get there in time. Hoskinson actually does have experience against Roseburg. The last time these two teams met back in 2019, he did get a chance to come in and play as a sophomore. He was 2 for 12 through the air for 22 yards, did have one interception. He'll turn and keeps it here on the option, gets swallowed up at the line. Silas Kincaid, not fooled. Stayed home, stayed with his responsibility, kept with the quarterback, got his mitts on him, and brought him down behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle for loss for Kincaid. Takes it back, 3rd down and 11. They move the ball back to the 38. Loss of 1 for Hoskinson. 3rd down and long. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. If Roseburg can hold here, they've got timeouts left. They could stop the clock to try and get the ball back before the end of the first half. Hoskinson turns, hands it off, running on a draw, trying to stretch it to the near side. Got around one defender, and it's going to move the chain. Still on his feet, Mickey Johnson into Roseburg territory. A tough man to bring down. Johnson stretches that play all the way to the Roseburg 40. And that run will go for 22 yards on the ground for Mickey Johnson. Longest run, well, actually a 32-yard run for Rapp. It's the longest of the night, second longest run of the evening for McMinnville. Tight end moves to the left side of the formation. Thorkelson there. Shotgun snap rolling to his left is Hoskinson. Protection, he's got some time, going to go deep downfield. That ball picked off! Interception by Carson Dunn! And he will rob that one away. One of the smallest guys on the field. Don't let him know I told you. 5'7", but he elevates to rob that one out of the air, and Roseburg will get the ball with their first takeaway of the night. Dunn found another gear to get up to that football. I don't know how he was able to get his mitts on it, but he picks it away, and Roseburg takes over at their own 12-yard line. They have it with 1:19 to go. That's enough time to try and score here for them if they can open things up with the offense. Leading 28-0 already. They get the ball here.
Handed off to Eckel. Running left side of the formation. He is swallowed right at the line of scrimmage. Gains a half a yard on the play. He'll get to the 13. He'll stretch it for a full yard. He is 7 yards away from 50 yards on the night. Still seeking his first touchdown of the evening. Clock under 60 to play. Looking to pass. Going to go on the near route. A corner route for Dominic Titone, and the ball just too far out in front. Maybe let that one go just a little too soon. Titone didn't have a chance to get to where Marsters was throwing it. And the clock will stop with 49.6 seconds to go. Just the second pass not to find its target for Colton Marsters. The other one was an interception. I was watching him throw in the pregame, and the young man in his first year as a quarterback really looked like he threw a pretty and catchable ball. Titone moves in motion. They'll turn. No, keeper for Marsters looking downfield. Had some options, but now he'll take it and run himself. Gets to the sideline and tiptoes his way out to the 42. Marsters on the run, got some key blocks, and they put him out to the 43-yard line on the carry. 30 yards on the ground for Colton Marsters. Puts him at 70 yards on the night. Last week he had touchdown runs of 49, 14, and 45. He scrambles there for 30. 35 seconds to go. First down and 10 for Roseburg at their own 43. Marsters taking his time in shotgun. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass. Went into traffic, but he connects with Hayden Horton, who gets his second catch. That's a season high for him. And a timeout taken by Roseburg with 23 and a half seconds to play in the first half. They move into McMinnville territory. That ball goes down to the 46 on McMinnville's half of the field. That pass play will go for 11 yards through the air. Nearing 100 yards on the night passing is Colton Marsters at 98, and Hayden Horton with his second catch now at 50 yards on the evening with the one touchdown. 23 and a half seconds to play. With the break in the action, we want to remind you, Roseburg football here on The Score is brought to you by B&D Meats. Whether it's for one or for many, B&D Meats in Winston has you covered. And by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. And by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair, are you ready to go where life takes you? Take a look at some scores from around the Southwest Conference and the Umpqua Basin coming up at halftime. If you've got any scores you'd like to pass along to help us share on the radio, feel free to hit us up on the 541 radio app. Share some score updates there for us. We always love to hear from you guys there. And we can also check in on the Sutherland game going on I-101 as well. Try and get you a score update from that one. Dan Bain with the coverage of Sutherland at Warrenton. Marsters in shotgun out of the timeout. Going to look to his left. Going on the fade route down the sideline. In and out of the hands of the defender. Just not thrown enough. He had his man there. But Brian Blank in coverage. Didn't have to work hard to come back to that football. Kind of almost as if it was thrown to him. But he couldn't bring it in. That one was right to his hands. Didn't really have to work hard for that interception attempt. But he could not hang on to it. Looks like things going well down in Tri-City today as well. That's awesome to see. We'll pass along that score here coming up at halftime. 18.2 seconds to go. Looking to pass, looks left, back to his right, has a man open, goes instead to Logan Klopfenstein on the far sideline. He had Horton open on the inside route, goes to the sideline route to Klopfenstein and overthrew it there. So Roseburg with a couple of incompletions. Clock stops with 13 seconds. It's third down and 10. They may just look to run the ball here and then let the clock run out on the first half, or do they try to go for the end zone again? An incompletion will stop the clock. They do have 2 timeouts left still here in the first half. Fake a handoff, but nobody there, but things open up the middle for Marsters. Splits the defense, stays on his feet as he spin moves out, taken down to the 9, and a timeout by Roseburg with 4.4 to go here in the first half. Dave Heiberger there following the sideline judge.
making sure he knew that he wanted the timeout with just seconds left on the clock. And that run will change the game plan for Roseburg here before the end of the first half. It looked like they were maybe, unless they broke it, they were willing to let the clock run out. But now with the timeout, they've got a chance at the end zone with the football at the 9. With 4.4 to go, they may look to try and kick their first field goal of the season as well. That is a possibility. That was a run of 37 yards for Colton Marsters, and that puts him at 107 on the night. Back-to-back 100-yard rushing nights for him. He ran for 167 and 3 touchdowns last week against Southridge. He also had the passing touchdown, accounting for 4 TDs total last week. He's got 2 passing touchdowns so far tonight, and also 1 rushing touchdown. Roseburg not going to go for a field goal with 4.4 to go. They spread it out, 3 to the right side, 1 to the left. That's Landon Duper alone. Blitz coming. Got to escape the pressure. Men all over him. A couple of high tackles, and the first half clock will come to an end. Tackled back to the 11, to make it 16-yard line, excuse me. The sack on Colton Marsters, lose 7 yards, put him at 100 yards exactly, and it ends the first half with Roseburg on top big. 28-0 your score here at the halftime break. Roseburg leading, looking to improve to 4-0 on the year and send McMinnville home with a 2-2 record. We'll come back with your halftime show after this 2-minute break. This is Roseburg football, leading against McMinnville, 28-0 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Parker, and I have been a part of the Roseburg community for my entire life. I am devastated to tell you that just shy of a week ago, I lost someone dear to me, a very special family friend to COVID-19. I realize that the topic of vaccination is a sensitive one. It's a very personal choice. I just urge you to make this decision as soon as possible before it's too late to do something about it.
Well, for the first time this season, Roseburg at home at Finlay Field. The football team out to a great start, and now we get to listen to one of the best marching bands that I get to see on a regular basis. The Roseburg Marching Band out on the field for their first performance in front of the home crowd here this season. And the home crowd has plenty to be excited about here as Roseburg leads tonight. Your score at the break, 28-0. I'm Joey Kieran. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for tonight's action here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, and streaming live online at 541radio.com. Appreciate everybody sticking through some early technical difficulties. It seems like we've gotten some things figured out. Every week appears to be an adventure. So you'd figure sooner or later we'd start to figure this stuff out, but I think we're starting to settle in just a little bit here tonight. Roseburg football here on The Score is brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall. Open and accepting new patients. Call them at 541-378-6694. Also by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg, a locally owned family business, proud sponsor of local sports and focused on community events. Well, here at the break, Roseburg leading 28-0. Let's recap the first half of this one here tonight. Roseburg got the football to start, but they ended up driving into McMinnville territory where they turned it over on an INT. Roseburg throwing for the end zone. Colton Marsters was trying to connect with Landon Duper on a slant route. It was a nice throw, just a step behind, and making a great pickoff was Brian Blank for the INT. But Roseburg's defense would hold. McMinnville would get out to the 23 as they started at their own 4. They'd get to the 23 and have to punt it away. Roseburg on the first play of the next drive, after not a great punt, they started at the McMinnville 39, and it was Landon Duper on a trick play. They handed it off to him, and he threw deep to Hayden Horton. And the 39-yard touchdown pass was good, the PAT good, and Roseburg would take a 7-0 lead with 3:48 to go in the first half. On the next possession, McMinnville punted, 3 and out for them, and Roseburg would make them pay 2 plays later. They start at the McMinnville 36, and it's a 34-yard touchdown pass from Marsters connecting with Logan Klopfenstein for Klopp's first touchdown grab of the season. The PAT was good. Roseburg led 14-0 with 1:27 to go in the first quarter, and that was your first quarter score. Another punt for McMinnville to start out the second quarter, and Roseburg would capitalize right away, starting on the McMinnville half of the field. A 7-yard touchdown pass from Marsters to Tatone would be good, and the PAT from Jackson Bartlett made it 21-0. Another punt on a long drive by McMinnville, their first time getting into Roseburg territory, but they would finish with a punt after a 15-play drive, and Roseburg would get it, and Roseburg would have a drive of 7 plays going 99 yards. Capping it off was a 19-yard touchdown run by Marsters. Bartlett's kick made it 28-0. Roseburg could get their first takeaway on an interception. Carson Dunn, he had springs in his shoes as he gets up to rob one away from Kai Hoskinson, the quarterback for McMinnville. Gets the takeaway. Roseburg drove downfield, got to the 9, but could not capitalize before the end of the first half. Our score 28-0 in the first half of this one. Colton Marsters with 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Landon Duper with a passing touchdown as well. We'll take a look at your team statistics and individual statistics when we come back. It's the halftime show as the Roseburg Marching Band. We'll let them entertain you for just a moment here before we go to the break. Roseburg Marching Band sounding real polished here in their first performance at home this season. Back after a 2-minute break with more of the halftime show on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
We welcome you back here at halftime as the Roseburg Marching Band finishes off their performance. A fantastic... I don't even know the name of that song. Anybody in the booth know that was Donnie Darko, I think, is the Lonely Places. I recognize the tune. I don't know the name of it, but nonetheless, a fantastic performance there by the Roseburg Marching Band. Joey Kieran here with you tonight. A big shout-out to my friends in company here this evening. Ben Hill joining us here along with Brenton Cranford back in the studio running the radio production for us this evening, Grady Hamilton. It is a full team effort here for you tonight, folks, as Roseburg leads 28-0 here in the first half of tonight's ball game. Let's take a look at offensive numbers for you from the first half of tonight's action as the Roseburg cheerleaders will head out onto the field. For the offense for McMinnville, we are looking at... well, they might have started to get close to 100, getting over the 100-yard mark here in the first half. As let's see here, 10, 22, and that would be 5, 8, 10. Yeah, so they got to 96 yards in the first half for McMinnville. If my quick math worked out there for me. Simple addition shouldn't be that hard for you. Kai Hoskinson, through the air, finished 2 of 12 in that first half for 12 yards and 1 interception. On the ground, Austin Rapp had 45 yards on 8 carries. Kai Hoskinson had 12 yards on 5 carries, 28 yards on 4 carries for Mickey Johnson. 1 carry for 5 yards for Blank. And I'm blanking on it. It's for Brian Blank there with the 1-yard carry there. Blank also has the 2 catches tonight for the 12 yards total. On the other side for Roseburg, taking a quick look at that. Roseburg with, let's see here, that would be 291 yards of offense in the first half of this one for Roseburg, as they are nearing the average total yardage. Well, that's the defense there for Roseburg. The offense is averaging 364 yards a game, so they are nearing that mark here after 1 half of play. Through the air, Colton Marsters is 7 for 11 with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Landon Duper 1 for 1 through the air on a 39-yard touchdown pass to Hayden Horton. Your receivers, Duper with 1 catch, 26 yards. Kloffenstein, 3 catches, 53 and a touchdown. Tatone, 2 catches, 8 yards and a score. And Hayden Horton with 2 catches, 50 yards and 1 touchdown, a 39-yard score there. On the ground, Caden Eckel with 43 yards on 11 carries. Still looking for his first touchdown of the night to add to his 7 rushing touchdowns this season. Colton Marsters has 1. He's got 100 yards total on the ground this evening on 6 carries. He's got long carries of 30 and 37, has a 19-yard touchdown run for him this evening. To add to his total, he's got 5 on the year. He's up to 364 yards on the ground, eclipsing the 400-yard mark this season. Caden Eckel already with his 43 yards tonight. That'll put him at 426 yards on the season. That is a look at the numbers here from the first half of tonight's ball game. We will continue on with the halftime show. When we come back, we'll try and get you a couple of scores to pass along. Thanks to everybody that's been shooting me some score updates here this evening. Been getting a few of those coming my direction in all sorts of manners. So we'll try to pass those along to you here as we make our way through. Again, you can tweet at us with the hashtag UmpquaPreps. You can tweet at us with on our station account, 1490 The Score, or at me, Joey Kieran, Keeran. You can also hit us up on the 541 radio app to pass along scores as well. So if you've got scores from around the Umpqua Basin or other scores of note, maybe from the Southwest Conference, we'd love to hear from you. Back with a look at the scoreboard as we continue the halftime show. This is Roseburg football leading 28-0 at the break over McMinnville on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome you back here to Roseburg High School. We're wrapping up the halftime show here for you. Teams starting to make their way back out here on a warm but very comfortable night here as the sun has gone down. The lights are on here as we get ready for the start of the second half. Here in Roseburg, 77 degrees. I think the booth is holding in a little bit of that heat that we had at 91 degrees this afternoon when we were here setting up the gear this afternoon. All right, let's try and take a look at what's been going on around the Umpqua Basin here tonight. Douglas is at Scio this evening for a non-league matchup there. South Umpqua is hosting Philomath. That was number 3 South Umpqua against number 9 Philomath. I think some people may be wondering if South Umpqua putting up numbers against lower competition. It does not look to be the case. I'm trying to see who had the most recent score in that one. 27-8, South Umpqua on top of Philomath. I've got that score reported to me. Let's see here. I had like a few people, 27-6. So I had a few people pass that score along to us here, and I was just going to see if anybody had it at a different timing. Come on, phone. Unlock there. Yeah, it looks like 27-8 or 6. Not exactly sure which one's going to be completely accurate there, but definitely a big lead for South Umpqua in that first half over Philomath in a top 10 showdown there. You've got Sutherland is on the road at Warrenton tonight. We're checking on a score on that one. 28-12. That is, we'll find out here. That game's on I-101. Is that Sutherland that's winning in that game? We'll try and double check on that one for you. Warrenton has 28, Sutherland has 12, it looks like, in that matchup. So right now, Sutherland losing in their matchup against the Warriors. Also, Glide at Cresswell tonight. Elsewhere around the Umpqua Basin, some league matchups. Oakland hosting Jefferson tonight. Reedsport welcomes in Rogue River in a league matchup. Camas Valley travels to St. Paul, and this afternoon we had games. Elkton hosting Yoncalla in six-man football. And Riddle was at Powers also in six-man football tonight. And we'll see if we can get some scores on those ones for you to pass along in the post-game show. Also from the Southwest Conference, we begin Southwest Conference play next week. Roseburg will be on the road at Grants Pass. North Medford is at Liberty tonight. It is North Medford leading Liberty 10-7 after a 49-yard reception, catch and run for Bryce Dyer. He's able to take it to the house for a score. That is a third quarter score, it looks like, between North Medford and Liberty. Meanwhile, Lake Ridge and South Medford, that was a big showdown going on there. Lake Ridge is a team that's put on some really big wins so far this season. And South Medford, let's see, Lake Ridge leads South Medford 14-7 at half. So, looks like both the Medford schools getting some nice momentum as they get ready for Southwest Conference play. Roseburg continues to show some dominance, and they'll hope that continues as they get into conference play. Sheldon had a big one tonight. They're at home against Lake Oswego in that matchup. And then Grants Pass is hosting Shasta, California here this evening. So that is a look at your scoreboard there. We'll try to pass along any updates as we get into the halftime or into the post-game show. Roseburg will be kicking away for the second half after receiving the football to begin the game. So they'll be moving left to right. Roseburg wearing their black jerseys, orange numbers on the front and the back, black tops, black trousers. The black helmets with the orange feather on the sides. On the other side, it's the white tops, white trousers for McMinnville. Black numbers on the front and the back outlined in a red stripe. Black helmets with a red stripe down the middle of the helmet there. They'll be moving right to left on your radio dial. Still time to go here at the halftime break, so they have not broken their huddle to come out for the second half kickoff yet. Meanwhile, Roseburg is out there ready to kick it away. Jackson Bartlett stretching the legs. The right-footed kicker, a big boot to him. He will get ready to kick this one away. Roseburg leading 28-0 as we get ready to start the third quarter. And the kick is away. Comes to the near sideline. Takes a bounce out of bounds. So Roseburg will give up the yardage on the kick return. So it'll be McMinnville football with the offense led by senior Kai Hoskinson. Leading them out here. They'll huddle up as they start out at their own 35-yard line. So first down and 10 as McMinnville looks for a second half rally against Roseburg. Getting shut out so far. They'll place the football down. They tight end to the left of the formation. That is Yoakum back in the game at tight end. Good to see. I was worried that he might have been injured with his absence earlier. Pitch, fake, keeping it, Hoskinson. And that is a little bit more of what I expected to see here this evening. Hoskinson is a quarterback that can run the ball pretty well. And I saw that on some of the game tape, and we hadn't really seen him use his legs all that much here tonight. This time he'll take it around the end, picks up 9 as he carries it out to the 44-yard line. And a nice pickup on first down for the Grizzlies. Utilize his size and his speed at the quarterback position. He sets up in shotgun, going to run the option himself, keeps it, goes around the tackle, pushes a lineman forward with his stiff arm, and carries the ball across the 50. And look at that, an inspired McMinnville team coming out to start the second half. They march 2 plays right into Roseburg territory. Hoskinson carries it to the Roseburg 47-yard line. That is a pickup of 9 on the ground again. That is back-to-back 9-yard runs for Hoskinson. The quarterback, he'll set up with a man to his left, gives it to Rapp, the deep man. He goes into the middle, gets reverted back out, and coming up to make the stop, Dominic Tatone from the secondary steps in and makes a stop on Austin Rapp. The tackle for loss caught behind the line of scrimmage back to the 50, a loss of 3. And that'll bring it back to second down 13 here for McMinnville. They'll huddle up here as they break things. Sending out to the left side of the formation goes Tyler Mishler and Brian Blank. Tied into the right of the formation. Mickey Johnson sets up to the right of Hoskins, and behind him is Rapp, and a lot of movement before the snap. A penalty against McMinnville. They will get another false start. Penalties, a lot of them in the first half. So it'll make it second down after the penalty, second down and 18 after the 5-yard penalty. In shotgun again, Hoskinson. Ball on the right hash mark, 2 targets to the left side. Low snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass, looking at the tight end, goes to him. It's caught, pushed out of bounds by Duper. But Yoakum comes up with his first catch of the night. An out route to the far sideline. And he picks up about 15 or so. Well, not quite that much, about 10 yards. It'll make it third down and 8.
They get the ball to the 45, Roseburg's half of the field. So it is a 10-yard gain. First pass completion since the second attempt of the game for Hoskinson. That snaps a lengthy streak of incompletions. First connection with Yoakum, the tight end. Blitz coming for Roseburg, picked up pretty well by McMinnville, but now the pocket collapses. Hoskinson trying to escape, and he will not. Taken down back at the 50-yard line. Roseburg's defense sends the pressure and unable to handle it. McMinnville going to get caught at 4th down and long. The sack will stop the momentum for the Grizzlies at the 50-yard line, a loss of 5. And after a quick drive early on, that really was showing some positive momentum for McMinnville. And now they have to punt it away. Low snap, but Johnson gets it, gets a boot behind it. Nice spiral kick. Fair catch called at the 21 for Carson Dunn. No return for Roseburg as McMinnville will punt the ball away on their first possession. And 9:29 to go here in the third quarter. Roseburg gets their first try of the second half. We'll start at their own 21. Roseburg football here on The Score this evening. Want to say thanks to our pregame show sponsor, Roseburg Disposal. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Appreciate their continued support for Roseburg football here on The Score and Roseburg sports in general. So first possession for Roseburg, and penalty flag already out at encroachment on McMinnville. And that has just been their bugaboo all night here. McMinnville just constantly drawing penalties. Now Roseburg's had their fair share as well. Roseburg's definitely been penalized some in this game, but McMinnville picking up a 5-yard penalty there. The ball will go out to the 26, and it's 1st and 5 for Roseburg on their first possession. Giving Roseburg extra yards, not the key for McMinnville here in the second half. First snap. Colton Marsters turns, gives it to Eckel. Things open wide up, and the sophomore has the outside edge. A foot race, tried to make one man miss. He will. He's into McMinnville territory and knocked out at the 34-yard line. He is closing in on that 100-yard mark with that run. That is a 40-yard carry for Caden Eckel. That is an 83-yard night for him on that carry there. He gets a lot of yardage added. And he will move Roseburg 1st and 10 from the McMinnville 34. And that is what seems to be kind of the momentum buster for Roseburg, as they are able to get the defense wore down with Eckel. Now a wide open Logan Klopfenstein. An easy pitch and catch once again, and they've just had Klopfenstein going downfield, finding the open spot in the zone, and he just kind of settles there, slows down, and waits for the throw from Eckel or from Marsters, and it's an easy toss for him. The pass completion goes down to the 17-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 through the air. Klopfenstein now at 70 yards on the night. Run up the middle with Eckel on 1st down and 10. He takes it inside the 15. He'll get to the 13-yard line. 4-yard gain. Just right up the middle. Yoakum on the tackle. 4-man front for this defense for McMinnville. Quick snap up the middle. Opens up for Eckel. Slips through. Almost had enough to get away. He slipped through the grasp of the linebacker. Defensive lineman Jesse Jones-Wynn had his hands around him, but just kept the feet moving and just slipped out of the grasp of Jones-Wynn, and nearly broke away for a touchdown run. But it takes it down to the 7-yard line, just shy of the 1st down marker. It's a 6-yard gain for Eckel. And whistles will blow, and are they going to move the chains? The near side line judge is signaling that they need to move the chains, and yes, they will. It's 1st down and goal for Roseburg at the 7. I was kind of wondering. It looked like that was right on top of the 1st down marker. So it's 1st and goal from the 7 for Roseburg. 8:17 and counting in the third quarter, trying to add to a 28-0 lead. Marsters moves Klopfenstein in motion. Will hand it off to him. He tries to cut up around the tackle, stays on his feet, keeps moving the pile inside the 5.
That ball might have come out at the end. McMinnville trying to say that it did, waiting for a signal. The officials are meeting to say whether or not the runner was down or his momentum stopped. And it's going to be Roseburg football. They'll hustle to the line. A carry by Kloffenstein takes him to the 4, a 3-yard gain. And McMinnville not happy about it. Now Eckel gets it right side, leans forward, bulldozes his way across the goal line. Touchdown, Roseburg. Caden Eckel gets his first of the night. And Roseburg trying to ice this one early, now leading 34-0 as Caden Eckel takes it in, and the PAT unit is out. Jackson Bartlett there to kick it. McMinnville went from thinking they had a takeaway on a fumble strip, and then instead on the next play give up the touchdown run to Caden Eckel, who would not be denied of the end zone, adding another touchdown to his total this season, 8 on the year, averaging 2 a game. The snap a little high, placed down. The PAT is blocked, and it'll stay a 34-0 game as Roseburg takes a commanding lead here early in the third quarter. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break. Roseburg on top of McMinnville with 7:55 to play in the third quarter on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Well, Roseburg gets the 4-yard touchdown run from Caden Eckel. His first of the night. He is 3 yards shy of 100 for the evening. And Roseburg pulling away. In fact, I was thinking about it there. They've changed around the running clock mercy rule in high school football a couple of years ago, apparently. We found this out in that Mountain View game when Roseburg was up 37-0 in the first half of that game. It's 35 is the limit. You got to be up by 35, and once you hit that, it is a running clock. Apparently we've got some concerns about the football, so they'll get a new one out there for Jackson Bartlett to kick away. So Roseburg at 34-0. It will not be a running clock yet. If they were to score again, then it would be a running clock, and McMinnville would have no way of stopping that running clock here in the second half. Kickoff away, a little pooch kick by Bartlett, bounces at the 30 and taken by one of the up men, and he is cut down quickly. That is Cody Miller that recovers the football and will set up McMinnville at their own 33-yard line. So McMinnville, their second possession of the second half, trailing 34-0. Roseburg football here on the Score is presented by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. McMinnville spreads out Chance Hutchinson to the near side, tight end to the right. They've got 4 backs kind of near the line, 2 in the backfield with Hutchinson and 1 on an H-back in position. They'll run that direction on the right side of the formation, and Hoskinson is the keeper. The quarterback will run it across the 30 out to the, I had him down at the 33. It was actually the 28 is where they started out with that drive. 28-yard line. So the run goes to the 33 this time. That is a pickup of 5 for Hoskinson. 2 backs in the backfield with him. 1 target either side with the tight end on the right of the formation. He stays in to block. Pulling it back is Hoskinson on the option, and he gets swallowed up. He stutter-stepped his way forward to the 35. He was just dancing around behind the line of scrimmage, waiting for maybe some sort of crease to develop, and Roseburg did not allow it.
And he just follows his blockers to pick up something. Wasn't a lot there. He gets 2 out of it. And it's now 3rd down and 3. Roseburg looking to try and force a 3 and out. Hutchinson and Blanco to the right of the formation. They'll pass out to Blanco, who steps a couple of steps back. He'll get the catch, uses his speed to move the chains. Lost his shoe, I think. Yeah, he'll throw that back on. That was actually Hutchinson out there blocking, lost his shoe. And out across the far sideline, and now that's not good. Roseburg with a man down, and that is Landon Duper, who is on the field in some discomfort. Duper laying there as if he could not move. I think it's just some cramping. They get him a water bottle, so it doesn't look like it's going to be more than just some cramping. Hopefully that is the case. Roseburg would really hope not to lose him. As he takes his time, he's up on his own feet. I think he's stretching out the leg and now limping, but walking under his own power. Normally they'll sit and stretch a guy out there on the field, but they're going to have him walk across the field. Unfortunate thing is that happens all the way on the other side of the field, so he's got a long way to go to get to the sideline to possibly get stretched out. So a pass play for McMinnville gets them to the 40. They pick up 5 on that completion. 2 for 2 in the second half for Hoskinson. The 5-yard completion will set up 1st and 10, and they'll run right over the right side of the formation, picking up the yardage here. That is Lucian Lefevre, excuse me. He picks up some yardage there, makes it 2nd down and 4 after a 6-yard carry. 2nd down snap, running himself. Hoskinson turns it upfield, gets across the 50. Steinacre gets in there to bring him down. 1st down carry, across the 50 out to the Roseburg 47. So they'll move it to the Roseburg 47-yard line on the run by Hoskinson, as he will pick up about 8 on that carry. False start called on that next snap. A little jump on the left side, and again, penalties against McMinnville push them back to their own 48-yard line. That was a 7-yard carry there for Hoskinson on that last one. They'll set up in shotgun. Hoskinson with 2 backs behind him. Turn, fakes the handoff, looking to pass. Going to be flushed out of the pocket, looking to his right side. Has a man wide open. It's Austin Rapp. He's got great speed. Going up against Marsters, who will not let him get by. A leaping tackle and a 1st down completion down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line on the pass play. Into Roseburg territory again, and a man down on the field for McMinnville. A little collision there. I think he was part of the blocking part of that play and got contacted as somebody flew into him. I believe that is Gabe Blanco. I thought it was his arm at first, but now it's his right leg as he limps off the field. Can't put any weight on that right leg, so he will head to the bench, come out of the game. That was a pass completion. 24 yards through the air. Connecting with Rapp for the first time tonight was Hoskinson. 51 yards now through the air for Kai Hoskinson. He's got his team marching into Roseburg territory. They're trying to get to the red zone. 4:55 and counting. Pitch on the option. Running right side, met at the line of scrimmage, and not a lot of room to go there. Carrying the football once again was Lefevre. The senior back, 172 pounds. Picks up about 1 on the play as he takes it to the 27. Roseburg trying to keep the shutout going. To the right of Hoskinson, the fullback. He's got Austin Rapp deep behind him. The fullback is LeFevre. Quick pitch out to the near side to Brian Blank. He slips the first tackler, misses, makes another man miss. He makes 3 men total miss. He'll take it inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Roseburg had him trapped back at the 25. It would have been a short gain. Instead, he stretches it down to the 19, close to the first down marker. And we'll see if they come out to measure or if they give him the first down. It looks like they're going to mark it just short. An 8-yard pickup through the air. Rolling out to the right, pitch it. Met at the 20, bringing him back on 3rd down and 1. McMinnville going to be held short. LeFevre cannot get the necessary yardage. He'll lose a yard back to the 20. And now Roseburg with a man down. Tiger Black gets in there. It's Logan Kloffenstein down on the field. So LeFevre loses 1. It's 4th down and about 2 yards. You got to know that McMinnville is probably drawing up a play to go for it here. Roseburg football. Brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. You can get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. Kloffenstein runs quickly off the field. Get checked out by the trainers here on the near sideline, but he seems to be all right. Take off his helmet and get a quick breather. It's 4th down and 2 for McMinnville. Roseburg trying to stop the drive, preserve the shutout. Hoskinson in shotgun. LeFevre to his right. He's got Rapp a yard behind him. The H-back to the right of the formation. Tied into the left. Roseburg showing some pressure. They'll blitz. Coming in left side. Hoskinson takes it. Met at the 20 by Steinacre. Stood him up. And the defense will rally behind him. And on the near side, they've got him close to the first down line. On the far side, he was putting him back at the 20. And they may have to measure this one. It's going to be close if Roseburg gets to stop on 4th down. But I don't think they've got it. I think they had to get closer to the 18. It's a 4th down stop for Roseburg. Turnover on downs. Hoskinson with the 1-yard carry. Not enough to move the chains, and Roseburg gets it. The offense back on the field with 3:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll have the football at their own 19-yard line. Marsters in shotgun. Turned, hands it, gives it to the sophomore. Eckel goes right into the heart of the defensive line, trying to spin move his way through it, but he could not escape. He'll fall forward for a short gain out to the 21, a pickup of 2. And not quite over 100 yards yet, 99 on the night for Caden Eckel. He has had 100 yards or more in every game so far this season. I got a feeling with another quarter still left to play, he's got a good chance to get there. He'll set up the dot of the I in the pistol formation. Now he'll move up even with Marsters to his right. To the right side of the formation is Horton. They're going to run that direction. Horton just tries to run his defender off of it. Marsters has got the edge. He's got the sideline. A foot race to the 50. He's got one man to beat. He does. He's at the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Roseburg! And the Indians will stretch it out to a 40-0 lead on top of McMinnville. For Colton Marsters, a 79-yard touchdown run. An exclamation point on tonight's action. Marsters takes it in, and I think I can hear the student body chanting his name. Colton Marsters takes it to the house. It's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, and he's now got 6 on the season. The PAT is good. Jackson Bartlett puts it through. And Roseburg's on top, 41-0 with 2:23 to go here in the 3rd. I believe we'll get a running clock when we come back. Roseburg on top, big over McMinnville on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. What a night here for the Roseburg Indians in their home opener this evening. Leading 41-0 over McMinnville, looking to go to 4-0 to start out the year and looking to take a lot of momentum into Southwest Conference play at Grants Pass coming up next week. Kickoff coming away from Bartlett, Roseburg on top with 2:23 to go here in the third quarter. The boys in black moving left to right, booted away, another short pooch kick. Taken at the 29-yard line, weaving from the near side to the middle of the field, making men miss. Out to the 39. Logan Kloffenstein back in the game, making the tackle on the kickoff return. McMinnville gets the football, and they'll start out at their own 39-yard line. The clock is now running here in the second half with the score eclipsing 35 point in the difference. And Roseburg, this second half is going to pick up real quick now. Up to the line come the Grizzlies. Hoskinson in pistol. Some confusion, didn't know which direction his running back was going. Tried to get pushed into the line and takes a knee. Got knocked down and puts his knee down at the 37. He goes back a couple of yards. They'll actually put him out to the 38. So he loses one on a tackle for loss there in the pocket. Roseburg, another running clock scenario. They did it against Mountain View. They'll do it here against McMinnville. McMinnville this season, they had a win against Ida B. Wells 19-8. They lost to Forest Grove 24-21. Then they beat Oregon City last week 23-21. But they are getting outscored 41-0 here tonight. Running right side, Austin Rapp goes right in the line, nowhere to go for Roseburg. And we are under a minute to play here in the third quarter. That ball goes to the 37. A loss of one again, just going backwards now for McMinnville. 33 seconds to play here in the third with the running clock. This one is going to start going real quick. They'll come up to the line. Third down and 12 for McMinnville. Two runs have netted -2 yards on this drive. Down to 15 seconds to play in the quarter. A shotgun snap to Hoskinson. Looking out, nobody around the receiver out in the flats. Cuts it back to the middle of the field. Tries to cut up. Gets across the 40 to the 41. The catch by Blank will finish out this third quarter. And it'll be 4th down and 8 for McMinnville when we return. The ball out to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the pass play. We'll take a 60-second break. This is Roseburg football leading 41-0 heading to the fourth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm Amelia Snow. I work in the intensive care unit at Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg. I have seen the terrible damage COVID has done to my patients and their families. Without a vaccine, people of all ages can get very sick, even if they were perfectly healthy before they had COVID. The COVID vaccine is safe and effective and will reduce your risk of getting so sick you wind up at Mercy Medical. Get vaccinated, and I won't have to see you in the ICU.
Oh, we come back one play into this fourth quarter. They got out there quickly, and it's a punt by McMinnville. And it'll give Roseburg the football with 11:40 to go in the fourth quarter and the clock running. Roseburg will have it at their own 16-yard line as we welcome you back for the fourth quarter. Roseburg on top 41-0. Joey Keyran here with you. Roseburg football this season brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. The offense will come back out for Roseburg. Last time it was a 79-yard touchdown run by Colton Marsters that put him up by the necessary margin to take the running clock. Caden Eckel in the backfield. Marsters still in at quarterback. No switches for Roseburg, it looks like, on the offensive side. Move a man in motion. Give it to Eckel up the middle. Things just open up. The seas are parting, and he'll go over 100 yards on that carry as he takes it out beyond the 30. Eckel takes it to the 34. And that is a pickup of 18 on the ground for Caden Eckel. And he is at 117 on the evening, has the one touchdown. He continues his run of 100-yard games as he has now got 4 consecutive to start out the season. The sophomore having one of the best running back seasons for Roseburg in some time. He sets up behind Eckel. They move Dunn in motion. A fumble on the play. The ball is loose. Still loose, and Roseburg might be on the bottom of the pile now. It's Horton that gets back on top of it. I think, no, that was Dunn that jumped back on top of it at the end of that play. And Roseburg on the fumble. They will recover but lose yardage back to the 29. They'll lose 5 yards on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 15. They'll set up for 2nd and long. 2 targets to either side. They'll move a man in motion again. It's Tatone, this time right up the middle. It's Eckel, slips through the first tackle, follows some blockers, trying to run away, but from the backside, Mason Yoakum tracking down Caden Eckel as he gets across the 35 out to the 36. And it'll be 3rd down and 8 for Roseburg. That's a 7-yard gain for Eckel. 3rd down and 8. Running clock down to 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, and a timeout going to be taken. That will stop the clock, and it'll be a timeout for Roseburg with 9:03 to go here in the fourth. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. We'll come back as Roseburg leads 41-0 on top of McMinnville on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Welcome you back here to Roseburg High School. Before we get back out of the timeout, I wanted to pass along this cool story. One of the members of our chain crew tonight, John Bruns, out there, part of the officiating crew tonight. Well, he's got some very important fans in the stands. He was passing along this story to me this week. He was adopted, but a couple of years ago found out about his birth parents, and tonight, for the first time, he's getting a chance to meet his birth mother. She's in the stands along with her sister, watching Roseburg football tonight and watching John Bruns, part of our officiating crew this evening, out there working tonight. But his mom in the stands, they will be meeting for the first time in person coming up tonight. His biological mother. That's a pretty cool story. She's able to come out here and watch, and the Roseburg Indians are giving her a good show tonight. Marsters on 3rd down and long, going to take off running. Slips through a tackle. He's got the first down, and he's out to the 50. Escaping the tacklers out to the 50-yard line. And it's a first down for Roseburg. That'll be a pickup of 14 for Marsters. And with that, he is nearing 200 yards on the night. 193 yards for him. So big shout out to John Bruns, part of our crew here this evening, officials from the Douglas County Football Officials Association. And boy, I hope it's a very special night and weekend for them, so they get to celebrate his first time meeting his biological mother. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go be spending time with my mom coming up this weekend. Not that anybody's all that curious about my weekend plans, but it's her birthday today, so happy birthday to my mother. Running clock here in the fourth quarter. Back to the game. 8:05 to go. Knox Hubbard will come into the game, and it's a quarterback keeper. I think they've made a move at quarterback as well. Yes, Dominic Titone has taken over at quarterback. He goes on the keeper and actually loses a yard back to the 49 on Roseburg's half of the side of the field. Titone had a 50-yard run earlier tonight on his only carry until that 1-yard loss there. Dominic Titone, last year split time at quarterback. This year moving to a new position. I talked to him a little bit about that this week, and he said, hey, look, man, Colton has done a great job. He's a freak athlete, and I'm just happy to do whatever is needed for me to be able to help our team win. So kudos to Dominic Titone on moving to a new position, and he's been excelling there. He'll hand it off right up the middle. Knox Hubbard, he gets tripped up by his own man, and the ball might have come out at the end, but he should have been down. The ground cannot cause a fumble, and so Knox Hubbard takes it to the 36-yard line. He got knocked. He tripped up on Hayden Horton as they crossed paths, and that is a 15-yard carry for Knox Hubbard. He didn't play football last year as a junior, decided to come out this year, and boy, if it wasn't for Caden Eckel being a superstar out there, Knox Hubbard, I think, would have a chance to be a really good running back. Every time he touches the ball, he looks pretty good out there, and a 15-yard carry will set up Roseburg 1st and 10 from the McMinnville 36. Handed off, it's Hubbard again up the middle. Tough guy to bring down. They fling him forward, and the senior Hubbard goes to the 30, a pickup of 6. Hubbard starting on the defensive side at linebacker. Or not a starter necessarily, but he does get out there a lot at that linebacker position, and he's looked good there as well. Clock running down to 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg leading 41-0. Coming up in the postgame show, we'll recap this one for you. We will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game, and I got to look and figure out who that's going to be. I like to share it around and not do repeats. Obviously a big night tonight for Marsters as Titone keeps it out of the quarterback position, tries to run away from the defense, but cannot. So he gets taken down for a loss, back to the 33. They'll lose 3 yards there. So we'll look through the numbers. We'll come up with our player of the game here tonight. The offensive line definitely has done a nice job up there this evening, opening up some pretty good holes. Roseburg once again going to have a big night on the ground. Titone turns the wrong way. Hubbard will help block as Titone will just try to make something out of it. Goes up the middle, gets stood up, and now a whole lot of white jerseys will take him down to the ground at the 27-yard line. That is a pickup of 6 for Titone. And it's going to be 4th down and 1. And now Roseburg, I think, in this spot, going to just try and go for it, I would imagine. Last week, Roseburg on the ground had 301 yards rushing last week. They are, I think, over 300 yards again here tonight. 193 for Marsters, 124 for Eckel. 52 for Titone, 21 for Hubbard. Yeah, I think they've gotten to that 300-yard mark. 4:18 and counting. A fumble on the snap, and Titone just jumps on it. They'll turn it over on downs at the 30-yard line. So they'll lose 3. And Roseburg will give it back to McMinnville, but the clock running, 3:57. And counting, and McMinnville has it at their own 30-yard line. Shutout tonight, 41-0 right now. You got to imagine Roseburg's defense going to try real hard to make sure it stays that way, a shutout. Still got some of the starters out there. Some new guys, though, out on numbers. Let's see. Nicholas Parrish, a sophomore. I noticed him in pregame warmups. Good size to that frame for that sophomore. He'll stand in. He gets blocked hard, though. And filling in behind him, Logan Klopfenstein, the senior, will help make the play. Pickup of
About 2 on the play on the carry there. For McMinnville, it's Fernando Almedo. He runs the ball to the 32-yard line. So Almedo picking up 2. 2nd down and 8. Up to the line comes the offense for McMinnville. Running left side of the line. And up a couple of yards out beyond the 35 to the 36. And it's Rapp carrying the ball this time, picking up 4. Well, next week, McMinnville will get Century. That one a road game for him there. Roseburg will be on the road at Grants Pass coming up next week. 3rd down and 4. Looking to pass. Hoskin looks left, back to his right. Now running out of the pocket. Steinacre chasing him down, goes downfield. That ball in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Tyler Mishler couldn't hang on to it. A defender came streaking right in front of his face. Might have taken his concentration off. And that ball bouncing off his hands, his shoulder pads out of bounds. It'll be 4th down and 4. And I don't know if there's any reason not to try and go for it at this point for McMinnville. They huddle up, the offense on the field. Down to 1:50 to go as the clock continues to run with the 41-point lead for Roseburg. Trying to convert on 4th down here. McMinnville with Hoskins in shotgun. 2 targets to his left. Tight end to the right of the formation. Ball in the middle of the field, and the tight end jumped early. Actually, excuse me, that was the tackle. The tight end was on the left side. Misidentified there by yours truly. Another penalty for McMinnville. Back him up 5. It'll be 4th down and 9. Back to the 31. Grants Pass had not won a game this season. Going into tonight. And Grants Pass taking on Shasta, California this evening. See if we have any updates on scores from that. Might have a few. Pass out to the near side, in and out of the hands of the receiver. That one intended for Fernando Almedo, incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs again for McMinnville. So turnover on downs. McMinnville gives it back to Roseburg with 28 seconds to go. And I don't even think Roseburg needs to snap the ball. It's at the 33-yard line. McMinnville's half, but Roseburg will line up. They're ready to go. They've got Parrish in the running back position. And Roseburg ran out there, but they're not going to even snap the ball. And there it is. Final horn. Roseburg will win this one tonight by a score of 41-0. The first shutout of the season for Roseburg football as they hold McMinnville, a team coming in averaging 21 points a game, to nothing. And Roseburg will move to 4-0 on the year. They were one of 11 teams in 6A football that were still undefeated to start the night, and they will stay in that group. 41-0, your final score. Will come back with the postgame show to wrap it up for you here tonight from Roseburg High School at Finlay Field. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Welcome you back, everybody, here to our post-game show tonight. The Roseburg Indians take it to McMinnville, 41-0, and the Bum Squad out there celebrating with the Roseburg football team. Plenty of reason to celebrate for the Bum Squad in their neon colors tonight as Roseburg puts on a show, winning 41-0. Welcome back, everybody, for our post-game show. Stick around. We'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. The Player of the Game awarded a $50 gift certificate to Mountain Mike's Pizza here on Harvard. Just could probably, if they had a big sign, I could probably see it, but they're just a hop, skip, and a jump here from Roseburg High School off of Harvard Avenue by the 124 interchange on I-5. So stop by Mountain Mike's Pizza. One lucky Roseburg player is going to be getting a $50 gift certificate. Go stop by there and get pizza on us. Well, this one was not the way I expected it to work out. Roseburg, a huge win here tonight, 41-0. As they run away in this one, led 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Had a trick play. Landon Duper connecting with Hayden Horton for a 39-yard touchdown pass, made it 7-0. Then a 34-yard touchdown pass, Marsters to Klopfenstein, 14-0 at the end of the first. In the second quarter, Marsters finds Tatone from 7 yards out, made it 21-0. And then it was Marsters on a 19-yard carry. He takes it in, made it 28-0, your score at halftime. In the second half, Roseburg would score on a 4-yard run by Caden Eckel, his first and only of the night. The PAT was blocked, and it made it 34-0. Then, making it a mercy rule running clock, it was Colton Marsters scoring from 79 yards out in the third quarter, making it 41-0 in your final score there. Well, taking a look at numbers here tonight for McMinnville. Well, let's take a look-see here. They are going to have 84, 104, 1, 12, 18, 23, 25, 117, I think, on the ground for McMinnville. So, looks like, according to my quick math in my head there that I painfully put you through, 179 yards total for McMinnville tonight. Another strong performance as Roseburg will improve on their average of 188 yards of offense allowed to their opponents so far through their first 3 games. They will lower that number, it looks like. Through the air, Kai Hoskinson completes 7 passes on 19 attempts for 62 yards. He had 1 interception, no touchdowns. Austin Rapp will run it 11 times for 45 yards, no scores. Obviously, no scores for McMinnville tonight with the shutout. Hoskinson, the quarterback, ran it 13 times for 39 yards. Mickey Johnson, 4 carries, 28 yards, and that is most of the ground game for the Grizzlies. Through the air, 4 catches for 24 yards for the wide receiver Brian Blank. And then a catch for 24 yards for Austin Rapp, a 10-yard catch for Mason Yoakum, and 1 catch of 5 yards for Gabe Blanco. Meanwhile, on the other side for Roseburg, Trying to run some numbers here real quick. Let's take a look-see here. So that's probably somewhere in that range there. 5, 10, 15, 10, 15, 2. Whew, boy. Another night of over 400 yards of offense for Roseburg, I do believe. They might actually end up just shy of that. I think they may be around 397 of total offense tonight for Roseburg. Through the air. Oh, actually, no, I missed that there. So, yeah, no, they break 400 yards of offense again here tonight. Colton Marsters, 115 yards through the air. He was 8 of 12 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 115 yards. Landon Duper, 1 for 1 with a 39-yard touchdown pass. Receivers, Duper had a 26-yard catch, 4 catches, 70 yards, and 1 touchdown for Klopfenstein. 2 catches, 8 yards, and a touchdown for Tatone. 2 catches, a touchdown, and 50 yards through the air for Hayden Horton. On the ground, Colton Marsters, 8 carries for 193 yards, 2 scores, running it in from 79 and 19 yards. He's now on the ground, has 6 touchdowns on the season, rushing, and with the 2 touchdowns, he's now got 3 touchdowns passing, so he's got 9 total for Roseburg this season. Caden Eckel continues his assault on the ground. He carries for 18 times, 124 yards and a score, his 4th consecutive 100-plus yard game of the season, and he now has 8 rushing touchdowns this season as he continues his stellar sophomore campaign. Also tonight, Dominic Tatone, 4 carries, 52 yards, 2 carries, 21 yards for Knox Hubbard, and Logan Klopfenstein had 1 carry for 3. So that is a look at the numbers here tonight. Well, it's now time to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. As tonight, the Roseburg Indians had a pretty stellar night. The offense pitching the shutout here. Carson Dunn with one heck of an interception in there. The Roseburg front line getting a lot of pressure on McMinnville, not allowing much on the ground game here this evening. You know, with that, I know the offense is going to take a lot of headlines with 41 points, but I'm going to give it to Carson Dunn on the defensive side because I think pitching a shutout, somebody on the defense should get the award. So Carson Dunn with the 1 takeaway tonight for Roseburg, adding to their number of takeaways this season. Roseburg was +2 in that one. They'll now be +3 as they get yet another takeaway this season. That'll be 7 on the year. For Carson Dunn, it's his 2nd interception of the season. He will be our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game with the interception takeaway, a part of Roseburg's stellar defensive performance here tonight. There's a lot of guys out there on the field that definitely deserve the credit here this evening, but we got to pick just one. Otherwise, they're all going to have to split a $50 gift certificate. Congratulations to Carson Dunn tonight winning our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. All right, taking a quick look to see if we can find some scores to pass along to you here tonight. These are what I know. Finals from 6-man football tonight. Elkton defeating Yoncalla earlier this afternoon, 21-2. And Powers defeating Riddle, 19-13. I don't know if it was final yet. But last score report I had, South Medford losing to Lake Ridge, if I'm not mistaken on that one. I believe South Medford was losing 30-7 in that one. North Medford is at Liberty. Liberty ball, 28 seconds left. This is from 1 minute ago. 28 seconds left. Liberty ball on their own 40-yard line. No timeouts. They are down by 4 against North Medford. So North might get a win there at Liberty on top 31-7 in that matchup. A score update. That's a final. I'm going to guess that Sutherland falls against Warrenton 48-36. I think maybe a final. No, not final yet. They're still going in Sutherland. And Sutherland's trailing in that one, do we think? 48-36, that game on I-101 right now. You can tune in and catch Dan Bain for the conclusion of that one. So those were some of the games. Lake Oswego at Sheldon tonight. Actually, rather surprised I'm not seeing a lot of tweets about that one. I imagine that was going to be one of the real big games that everybody was going to be reporting on here this evening. But not seeing any scores passing along there. Let's double-check on the 541 radio app here real quick and see if we've got any scores that have been passed along to us there. We always appreciate when people Pass along those there, not there. We did see that South Umpqua was winning going into halftime against Philomath tonight in that top 10 showdown, and a big showing there for the Lancers. That's pretty cool. Sutherland was at Warrenton this evening, so that was a long road trip there. Yeah, it was final. Lake Ridge 30, South Medford 7. So South Medford will fall to 0-4 before beginning conference play coming up next week. St. Paul defeating Camas Valley 67-22 tonight. That's a tough loss there for the Hornets, though St. Paul always a very difficult team. Roseburg's opponent last week, Southridge, looks like in the third quarter they were down 42-21 against Beaverton. That's kind of always something to watch there. A future opponent, possibly. Crater defeating Springfield 28-6. And Roseburg scheduled to take on Springfield in the final game of the season. And that looks like about what I have to pass along to you here this evening. So, yeah, we'll try and get all the scores up online for you at 541radio.com. We've got the schedule posted there. We'll update it with final scores here tonight, so tune in and check that out here later on this evening. All right, folks, for everybody that's been passing along scores to me here this evening, really appreciate you guys doing that. It's always cool to get those out there. Love passing along those scores for you guys here this evening. Here's one. Mike Wilson passing this along on Twitter just now. First shutout for Roseburg since September 13th of 2019. And that was, thank you very much, Mike Wilson. I should have known this. I should have had this in my back of my brain. Last shutout for Roseburg came against McMinnville. 2 years ago, Roseburg defeated McMinnville 42-0 tonight. If they hadn't had the blocked extra point, they could have had a repeat of that score. Tonight it was 41-0. Thank you, Mike Wilson, there on Twitter, reaching out to me there and passing along that score. That's a good one there for you, folks. And that sounds like a great note to finish things out here this evening. It has been a pleasure to bring you Roseburg football here this evening. For McMinnville, their season continues, now 2-2. They will go on the road against Century coming up next week for their next game. Roseburg 4-0 next week. They begin Southwest Conference play. They head to Grants Pass. Go down there to Mel Ingram Field for a big showdown against the Cavemen. It sounded like Grants Pass was winning. Last we saw 13-7 against Shasta, California. That was the last reported score I had on that one. So we'll keep an eye on that to see if Grants Pass gets their first win of the season before they get ready to host Roseburg coming up next week. As for Roseburg, again, Grants Pass next week as they get into Southwest Conference play. They're now 4-0 on the season, and we'll see where the rest of the year takes them here. First time going to 4-0 on the year since 2013. They started that year 5-0. Roseburg will try and do it next week. As we wrap things up here, want to say thank you to McMinnville for making the trek down here, to all their fans. It was a great atmosphere here at the ball field tonight, so thanks everybody for making it an enjoyable evening out at Finlay Field. Want to say thank you to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Dave Heiberger, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. Want to say thank you to Brenton Cranford for help with the video production tonight. Thanks to Ben Hill for running the video camera for us this evening, and thanks to Grady Hamilton back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. And as always, want to say thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran, folks. We will talk to you guys next week when we head on the road to Grants Pass to bring you Roseburg football against the Cavemen. Tune in for the game. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Pregame coverage will start at 6:45. You can catch it right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.